Thank you, thank you. Oh, please stop. It's too much. Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? It's your boy Corvito, and that was my new intro that I'm going to be using on my future videos. But anyways, today I'm bringing you a domination gameplay on bootleg. About the gameplay a little bit, I'm running with the PP90 with red dot and woodland camo. The perks I'm using are sleight of hand, assassin, and marksman. I'm running with the Predator, Reaper, and Pavelo kill streaks. And in this game, I did not play the objective once. And I know you're supposed to, but I mean, sometimes I just get in those moods where I don't even want to do anything but just kill the opposing team. And that's what kind of mood I was in when I was playing this game. You know, just one of those things that happens, you know? That's the way I generally like to play is with the go with the flow attitude. And if the other team is gonna be like spamming UAVs, I'm gonna wear assassin, throw assassin on. If they want to use the striker, I'm gonna pull out those troll guns, the FMG 9s, because I'm not too good with the shotguns. And I don't know what it is, but every time I go to use one, I seem like a retarded monkey trying to peel a banana. If that makes any sense? I just can't use those guns at all. Like, shotguns and me just don't get along. Especially when I try to use the striker, which is supposed to be an easy gun to use. I just can't use that thing. Like, I have no idea what's wrong with me, but I just cannot use that thing for the life of me. Just does not make any sense. So, anyways, so I got up this morning at around 8 a.m. and I stayed at home and didn't go to school. And you might be wondering, well, why wouldn't you go to school? Well, I decided to watch the NHL trade deadline. And I got up earlier than I would usually have to for a Monday to watch it. Usually on Mondays I don't have to get up till around 11 o'clock to go to school, but today I had to get up at 8. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to get up at 8 to watch the trade deadline. And I was a little pissed, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little pissed about that. I mean, why would I have to start that early if, you know, there was no like deals or anything? Like, nothing happened until around 10:40, and I mean, that made me a little upset. I mean, like, why start it at 8 in the morning when every single year nothing happens until like the afternoon? No GMs ever trade at like right at 8 in the morning. Like, oh yeah, let's go trade right away. Like, no. Doesn't make any sense. Like, they never do it right in the morning, so why start it that early? But I guess it's I guess I'm an idiot for getting up that early. Like, it's my fault for getting up that early. If I was smarter, I could have just slept in longer. I don't know. But yeah, that first deal was like Andrei Kostitsyn to the Nashville Predators, and the Nashville Predators gave the Montreal Canadiens like a second-round pick in 2013 or something like that. But yeah, it was not a big deal, anyways. But as you guys may or may not know, my favorite team is the Ottawa Senators, and I was really hoping that they would pick up P.A. Parento from the New York Islanders, but that hasn't happened yet. I don't know if they're going to do it. As I'm recording this, the trade deadline's still going, so I don't know if they're going to do it. Chances are they won't, and that dead man's hand there, what the fuck? God, I hate dead man's hand. But, so P.A. Parento for the New York Islanders, but instead right now all they've done is trade Brian Lee for Matt Gilroy of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I didn't understand this trade, and I still don't. I mean, Gilroy's contract runs out at the end of the season, and the person to replace Lee, who is already on the Sens, is Matt Carkner, who has been a healthy scratch for the past 5 or 6 games. I know he played against Boston, which was a couple days ago, so it wasn't 5 or 6 games in a row, but I mean, he was a healthy scratch pretty consistently for 5 or 6 games. And I don't know what Brian Murray was thinking, because when Brian Lee was in the lineup, the Sens got 11 out of 12 points, and they were better with him in the lineup than him out. And I don't know why they would want to put Matt Gilroy, a guy who's pretty much like him, except not that good. It just didn't seem to make sense. Brian Lee was doing fine. I don't understand why he got traded. But then again, I'm not a professional hockey general manager, so I guess that's why I don't understand this, because I'm not one of them. So he must have. They obviously see something in Gilroy that I don't. I'm no veteran scouter or anything like that, so I can't really say anything much about that. But that's just my opinion on it. I just didn't understand it really. However, the whole deadline has really been about Rick Nash of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I don't know why Columbus would want to trade him on the deadline. He would get more teams like after the playoffs, even if he has like a select list of teams he would want to go to. That would probably change to other teams, because right now he has a select few list of teams, and I'm sure that would change after the playoffs, because most likely the Bruins, I don't think they'll win the Stanley Cup again. So if somebody else wins the Stanley Cup, I think he might change his list of teams he'd want to go to, and that would open up the doors for teams Columbus could talk to, and maybe possibly they'd be able to get something more out of it. But no matter what, he'll be leaving Columbus. Like, either if it's at the trade deadline or if it's after the trade deadline, he will be long gone. Columbus is a city in which nobody wants to go. I mean, Columbus can't even keep anybody there. Like Jeff Carter, the big blockbuster trade they did with Philadelphia, didn't even stay for a whole season. He left a day or two before the deadline and went to LA, be reunited with Mike Richards there, which is an awesome thing for LA. I mean, they're gonna get a lot of scoring out of those two, but they can't. Columbus can't keep anybody whatsoever. I just don't understand what they have, like their management issue is or something, but they can't draft. They have no prospects. Like, they can't develop players at all. Like Nikita Filatov, I remember when they drafted him in, I think it was the 07 or 08 draft. I'm not 100% sure. It could have been later. But Nikita Filatov was taken 6th overall, and he just turned out to be a huge bust. And they haven't really drafted anyone of significance except for Ryan Johansson, who hasn't really been able to come into the league like they thought he would be able to. So he has to go back. Had to be sent down again. But he may turn around, but I don't know. I just really think that unless the Blue Jackets are able to get some high-end prospects and learn how to draft well, they'll be in serious trouble if they don't know how to do that. If they can't do that. Yeah, so my whole take on the trade deadline is I enjoy it. I do it every year. It's like a little tradition for me. I just stay home, watch the deadline. I like it. I enjoy it. The guys like James Duthie, Jay Onrait, Dan O'Toole, all the TSN analysts, they make it a good time for everyone, even though they know like sometimes it's going to be long and dried out. But I think they really do a good job. I enjoy it thoroughly. This year might not have been as exciting as past years when there was. I remember, I think it was 2010 where there was like 33 deals, but yeah, like you can't. What are you gonna do? It can't be like that, anyways. It can't be like that all the time. Anyways, guys, that's my little spiel on that. Don't be afraid to show that like and subscribe button some love. And as always, it's been your boy Corvito, and I'm out. Peace.